In a time long, long ago, came a presenter with unbelievable qualifications to bring you business live global interviews. That man is me. I am Johnny Boy, the Consumer Monkey McDonald, here with another show on Business Live Global Radio. Yeah! Bit different from the rest of the output on this, isn't it? So who am I going to be interviewing today? Another mover, a shaker, a business maker, a paradigm breaker, a cabinet maker? Who's it going to be? And, more importantly, what song are they going to choose for their own special request? Could be anything, almost certainly won't be this sort of music. So, let's find out who we've got today. Craftsmanship, creativity, candor, and communication. I give you Pazbi Zavatzki. Pazbi, hi.
Hi, I'm Pazbi.
Tell us a bit about yourself. What's your background?
Yeah, so I run a company called Some Talented People, and we help ambitious business owners achieve increased sales with creative digital marketing strategies.
Now, digital marketing, everyone I think is offering some affiliate marketing scheme or what's it called? Network marketing, trying to sell things. So there's a lot going on in the market. How on earth do you stay up to date with trends and changes in that market?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is just uh, being subscribed to a lot of the newsletters from all the major publishers. So we get updates from Google and Microsoft directly. There's blogs like SEO Journal that have lots of sort of cutting edge information on the industry. And then it's about doing some research. If you hear or see something that's interesting or that's new, to then go out and do that little bit extra to find out more about that topic. So, YouTube, TikTok, wherever you get your content from, and just keeping up to date that way.
Where do you get your content from? What's your best source of information?
I think SEO Journal is probably one of the so search engine journal.com is the actual domain.
Okay.
And they have a lot of really useful information on not just SEO, that's how they started, but they have a lot of stuff on paid media, social media, just digital in general, and they're very up to date. So
And I guess you see, so a potential customer of yours wouldn't really get much from those sites because how long have you been in this marketplace now?
so it's coming up to 10, yeah, I think 11 years that I've been involved in digital marketing, and the business I've had for about 8.5 years. So.
Excellent, excellent. What are some of the biggest challenges that you face and how do you address them?
So I think one of the biggest challenges right now is keeping up to date with the sort of AI revolution that we're going through,
Mm,
and making sure that the service that we're offering is either augmented or works well with artificial intelligence without getting made redundant. So there's a
mm,
lot of people who will go on ChatGPT or something and say like, do a digital marketing plan, and it'll come up with something, but it's finding something that's tailored to the business that you can understand the challenges that the people have, and then addressing that sort of disconnect.
mm.
And I think that's where we're still relevant as an industry, is being able to apply the techie to the people because often the case there is uh, a lot of assumptions that the AI makes.
Mm.
So yeah.
I so you will see as I see or hear on the radio these big brand web companies saying, they've got web builders and you've got, the £1 website and you've got free website design tools. That to me, I don't. So why would I use a professional like you when there's so much of a choice?
So I was speaking with a copywriter who is getting asked that a lot as well. And I think the main difference is that, let's say, as a analogy, you go to buy a car, right? And
Mhm.
you can get a Fiat for a Fiat 500 for a few £1,000s, or you could get a Ferrari. They'll both get you to A to B, but it's how they get you there that's very different. And I think the with the web builders, it's more like you get a caravan. You know what I mean? Like
Mm,
you have to drag it there yourself, right? You have to hook it onto something and drag it. So I think that's the difference between what you're getting from using a professional as to doing it yourself. If you don't understand concepts like user experience, if you don't have good copywriting skills, photography skills, just design, how people are going to convert, how to track all of the information that's going on there. Building a website is just, it's simple, but it's not
mm.
going to give you the benefits that a professionally built website will. So I think that's the main difference.
Makes a lot of sense. What makes a lot of sense. What are the common, say, the top three common mistakes that businesses make in the digital marketing attempts, and how can they avoid them?
I think one really big issue that I've seen a lot of, you understand after working with like hundreds of businesses after a few years that it doesn't matter if it's a one-man band or like a 10 million pound turnover company, they
Mhm.
often face the same sort of bottlenecks or challenges. And sometimes it blows my mind that they've gotten to that scale without fixing sort of foundational stuff. I
Mm,
think the first and most important thing is a sales pipeline.
right.
Having a strategy in place to, when you do get the leads and the traffic and all the benefits of digital marketing, to be able to deal with that efficiently and not ruin your reputation.
Mm,
So an example was we were approached by, this was quite a few years ago, but this is when I
mm,
realized it from my point of view. So we worked with a plumbing company, and the plumbing company just consisted of the plumber and his wife, and the wife was doing the books, of you
mm,
got a boiler installation on Tuesday and blah blah blah. I didn't ask them how they managed their sales pipeline. I didn't. They just said we need more work. And I said, great, we'll do an ad campaign. We set up their Google ads, and we got them maybe about 20 to 30 uh, calls in a week.
wow.
And a week later, they asked me to stop because they were like, we can't handle this. The wife in the office was taking so many calls. She
Mm,
couldn't send him information, and he was then picking up calls as well, so he couldn't do his job. So I think one of the most important things is just to have a clear sales pipeline in the works, where you have people who can take the leads, get in touch, take the information, and then provide the service,
right.
rather than just collecting people's information and then not being able to actually do anything with it.
Yeah,
You
yeah. I
get
mean,
frustrated.
follow up is such an important thing with networking and with generating leads, as you say.
Yeah.
So, media is everywhere. People have got it on their phones, obviously, all day long, every day.
Mhm.
What is the role of that in marketing, and does it really produce any results too?
I think at this, it depends on the business. I think e-commerce or sort of like retail businesses do well with social media. There's massive shift in the industry for e-commerce on TikTok. So in China, you go to a mall and there'll just be dozens and dozens of people recording themselves with different products as they try to sell them on TikTok,
Mm,
because that's the new sort of meta. That's the shift in the paradigm. But for service-based industries, I think social media is more of a vanity thing or a brand awareness thing. You
right.
want, or like proof that you're a real business. So, having a profile that has, once a week got a picture on there, so it's like full,
Yeah.
is ample for most of them. Because realistically, when was the last time you hired like a white collar professional, like a lawyer, solicitor, an accountant, because you saw a post on
Yeah.
on Instagram? It doesn't really happen.
No. No.
But we see it on LinkedIn that if you have a consistent post there, because it's more of a professional setting, you're more likely to interact with those people and on who are sort of thought leaders and stuff like that. So I think there's benefits to it, but it really depends on what platform you are and what business you're in, how beneficial it is, and whether it's going to bring you a return on investment.
Makes a lot of sense. Measuring is very important. And finally, can you give me or give our viewers and listeners one tip if they're starting out with their digital marketing journey, other than contacting you?
Yeah. So my biggest tip would be to make sure that they open up as many profiles as they can with their business name as soon as they start. So make sure that they get the domain name, .com or .co.uk. Make sure that they get their Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, like pretty much every service that they can sign up to, sign up to it and lock in that name,
Fantastic.
because it'll provide value for years to come.
Brilliant. So just as we finish, tell us about your song choice and what it means to you.
Yeah, so I chose San Holo's The Future with James Vincent McMorrow. I think the lyrics are very in line with how I feel recently. So I think too much when I think about the future is